Stitches of love we sew. In this online world we come to grow. Mom and Pop Quilt Shop, where hearts align. Let's embrace the craft and let our souls shine.
Hey everyone, welcome to Weekend Project. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop Studio. While I was putting the backing together for this beautiful baby quilt that we just did, I thought it might be a good example to show you how to pin plaid so you get a nice consistent line if you have to pin the plaid pattern together like this one right here. There is other patterns that you can get or panels that you can get that have to be pinned or specifically put together to make it look complete. So I have one set here at the quilt shop. I am developing a border set to go with this, and we will sell it as a kit once I get my stuff together. You know how that goes. So this is what it looks like here with the two pieces put together. There's not a lot of guidance on telling you how to put it together. There's no little dots or anything like that. You just have to basically line it up the best you can, taking your pin, putting it in the one color, and then matching it to the other spot in the other color, and then just securing it. So I did really well on putting this one together, as you can tell, but it looks really good. It took a little time and a little fiddling, but you can get it done. So this comes in a two section here. As you can see, there's just one right there. It's called Daydreaming. And then we add the other one there. So I don't think there's really a right or a wrong or anything way to go with it. You just got to end up getting it together. So you can see on this panel here, these two panels, there is a bit of yellow, but that's not telling you exactly where it meets up. You have to be able to like fiddle and fat a little bit and try and meet it up the best you can. Okay, so it does take some time. So I'm going to give you some tips right here on this flannel, but also plaid. Okay. It was just a little bit shy on the width of it, so I'm just thought, okay, if I double it, and then, but I'm like, oh, well, then I'm going to end up losing the plaid, but I don't want to lose the plaid, so let's work on that. So what I've done is gone from the fold, because I'm going to be able just to sew this down and then trim. So I have it so you can see I've got the right sides together, so I've got the flannel-y side of the flannel right here facing each other, and then the more cottony kind of side. This one is a little bit more vibrant in color, but I want the soft one. This is going to the back of a baby quilt. So what you do is you take your pin. Once you have your plaid lined up, of course I've got a yellow and a white being flipped and flopped here, but I don't think that's really going to matter as long as our main stripes are consistent. So we're going to go and we're going to poke in the front, and then make sure we're poking in the same section in the back. Okay, so just pick a spot. So we'll go like right there, and that looks like it's coming in the same way at the back, and then we're just gonna lock it in by pushing the pin down. Okay, and then just like this one here, just make sure, and do it every inch and a half, just to make sure nothing is gonna shift. Like that right there, we wanna make sure those two lines, that yellow line and that white line, are stacked right on top of each other. So when it sews, you're not even really gonna tell that it's different. Okay, so we're poked through the white there, and we're poked through the yellow there, and we just wanna make sure we're coming down even on both sides and put it through. So you just, as you pin your way across, you can see I've got a little bit done here. Let's keep going, because we gotta get to the end. And then we just want to poke through, like here we'll do this black line right here, the right on the white stripe there, and then we come in at the black line and make sure we're pulling our pin straight down. We're locking that position in place with our pin. Ow. Okay. And I think those lines are going to be the most specific to lining up, to making sure we do those really well. Poke in the yellow. Nope, it's shifted over there, so we need to move it back a bit. Make sure we're still in the yellow in the front, white in the back. Is that better? There we go. It's a little bit better. Okay. And as we go along, we're just putting as many pins as we can, or as necessarily needed to get the job done. We won't lose that plaid as we go to sew it. The cows want to say hello. Oops, let's line this one up here. Okay. because we want to utilize our fabric as much as possible. We don't want some awkward, you know, plaid shifting halfway in between our backing of our beautiful baby quilt. Or any quilt. Okay, so I'm going in the black. I'm in the black line. Locking the stitch down. This is, of course, only a bent needle. You know, I'm going to toss that away. And that one away. That one's up to that one too. Oh, that one. My goodness. What's going on here? Okay, and then straight down. Locking it in. Let's just get ourselves to the other end, and then we'll sew on down and see how well we did. Oh, I don't like that. Let's keep shifting here. It's okay, you gotta have patience. Just breathe. It's all good. It's right on the side, that's okay. There. A little bit to the left. There we go. Lock it into place. It is a little tedious, but you'll be so much happier with the results if you take the time. Oop. Come in. Oop. There we go. And fabric shifts, as we well know, right? It has its own thing, what it wants to do, where it wants to go. Make sure we're going in on the same at the back side. I think I've lost most of my pens here. Too many projects going on. Just listen to the birds. And breathe. I find clips kind of shift a little bit, so I don't want to really trust them. But I mean, if you're pretty confident with your clipping capabilities or clipping skills, then have at her. I am not, so I will pin. There we go, both sides. Hope you guys can see all that. It's a little fiddly. Down, yep, there we go. Almost there, just a couple more bits. Go. It's like squaring up a quilt and everything else, all those little, sometimes tedious little bits, but are so necessary for a perfect, or practically perfect outcome. Okay. And here's hoping with all that fluffy talk, this actually works. I'm kidding. I know it does. And there. Okay, so we're gonna go and give a sew all the way down on this line. Okay. Almost need like a little cup or something for my pins. Okay. Now I'm gonna pick a line that I'm stitching down here as well, right? Like I don't want any of this stuff like being caught in my quilt, but I don't want to like not include it either. We'll just press off, or I might trim it off. So just so it's not that fluffy bulk. So I'm gonna try and stick to this white line in between this darker line and that really thin black one. Okay, so I'm going to try and pick that line to go down. Do a little back stitch at the end. And what we can do is we can go about maybe 4 or 5 inches, and we'll see how it's coming along. Okay, let's check after this pin right here. Okay. Some stitches. And then let's take, actually, no, the only way we're going to look is if we take it off. Okay, now let's go and we'll flip it. That looks amazing. Look how perfect that is. Sorry about that. Okay, now you can see. Bang on. So we're just going to continue working our way down that one little section and taking our time. We will get there. How far do we end up stitching to? Lost my stitches in there. Just slow and steady. Right in the line. And if you had one little section that was a little bit off, you can just come in, seam rip a little bit on one side and a little bit on the other, and then just be able to try and pin it and wiggle it a little bit. Okay. I took that pin out a little too early. I want to take it out just as I'm coming up to just before stitching on it or over it. You don't want to stitch on the pin, so it's just before. Don't pull it so aggressively like right there that I did there. It looked like it kind of shifted just a smidge. Well, let's just assume that all is well and we're okay. Oops. Just before it. Make sure I'm still staying in that line. And of course, always stopping with your needle down. That way you keep your position. You're just kind of locking it in. Sewed over those. Almost there to the other side. It's such a habit to pull them out before you even get to them, and I'm like trying to wait till I just get to it and then pull it out. It can be a little bit of a slow go, but it's worth it. Those little effort bits are worth it in the end. Okay, we're almost at the end. Getting excited now. Okay, now let's take a look at our efforts and see how it turned out, okay? Oops, we left a pin in there too. Hold on. It's hard to get a nice even look if there's a pin in there too. That looks really good. I'd be happy to put that on the back. That looks really, that's nice, nicely matched up, and a lot of spaces there, a little bit white. I guess you can see the white there. It's fine. It's right there too. Okay. I think that looks really good. Yeah, I don't think you would notice too much at all on on the back of a quilt like that. That looks really nice. Okay. There's the seam right there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is you can either trim this off or just press side to side. I think it's because of the little friends on there. I might just end up just trimming them off and then just giving it a press outwards, okay? And you can always double check too, is doing a little, sorry, tug this way and to make sure everything's matched up, okay? Just like I did on this one here. I just took a section, pinned it, in a section, and pinned it, and make sure it was together. Yeah, and that's how well that one turned out. Ah, okay, before I die here. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend, and hopefully you enjoyed those tips and tricks on working with some plaid and matching up some patterns.